Okay, for this, the backside of your review sheet, 11 through 20, most of these problems, as I said in the two other earlier videos, I went over 1 through 5 and 6 through 10. Most of these back problems are exactly like the ones on the front. So if you're having any problems with the ones on the back, just refer back to how we did the ones on the front. There are two, though, that I want to talk about that are a little bit different, and I want to go over those two problems now. The first one is number 18. 18 reads, each side of a square poster measures 12 inches. What is the area of the poster? Okay, so we're gonna attack this one a little bit differently than we did number 18, or excuse me, on number 8 on the front, because on this problem they want us to find the area. Okay, on the front side they gave us the area. So let's look at how we find area. Okay, so it tells us that we had a square poster. So I just drew a box of a square, did this ahead of time. And it tells us that each side measures 12 inches. So that's where you see the 12 inches. That's where I got those numbers, because that told me that in the word problem. Now I need to find the area. The area, the formula for finding area is length times width. Okay? So I'm not going to multiply all of these numbers together. I'm only going to do one length and one width together. Okay? So in this problem, this makes it very easy because it's a square. So it's going to be 12 times 12. Okay? Now, the important part when you find the area is the label. So once you figure out what 12 times 12 is, the label is going to be inches, but we also need to square it. Because anytime we have area, it's square. So your label should read whatever the answer is, square inches. There's a couple different ways you can write it. So you'll have your answer, whatever it is, square inches. Okay? Or you could say inches squared. All right? So that's number 18. And again, show your work. Show your work when you're doing these problems. The other question I want to go over, or problem I want to go over, is number 20. It says a purse costs 4 times as much as a dress. If the purse costs $276, how much does Anna spend on the purse and 3 dresses? Okay, so let's kind of break this one down. There's a couple things we know already. One, we know that the purse costs 4 times as much as a dress. We know that. They give us that information in the problem. We also know that the purse is $276. Okay, what we need to find out is the cost of a dress. How much does a dress cost? Okay, so the first thing that you may want to do when you first read this, you're going to say, oh, I need to times 276 times 4. And that's going to give you a really big number. And that's not going to be, that wouldn't make any sense for us to do that. Okay, because we're trying to find out how much one dress costs. We know the purse costs $276, and we know that purse is 4 times more expensive than the dress. So the dress is obviously going to be a lower number. Okay, so in order to find the cost of a dress, we are going to divide. You're going to divide 276 by 4. Okay, and I'm going to let you choose the method of how you want to divide that out. You've learned several different methods in class. Do the one that's easiest for you. Okay, so once you figure that out, that answer, that will equal the price of one dress. Okay, so once you figure out the 276 divided by 4, that will give you the cost of one dress. Now, the problem is asking us to find the cost. How much does she spend on the purse? So we know the purse is already $276. But she also wants to know the purse plus the cost of 3 dresses. So once you have this answer here, this is the key answer. Once you have that answer here, you're then going to, we need 3 of those because it's the cost of the purse and 3 dresses. So I'm just going to write dress, dress, dress. And that dress represents, you need to come up with the number. Okay? So I'm just showing you so when you get to this step, you'll know what to do. And if we're trying to find the total cost, obviously we will be adding at that point. And then that will give you your final answer. Okay? So you need to do the division part. Once you get that answer, that number will represent how much one dress costs. And then to find out the total answer of how much the purse plus 3 dresses, you would then add them up. Okay? So again, show your work. Again, pick the division method that's easiest for you. And that will get you the answer to number 20. Otherwise, like I said at the beginning, every other problem on the back you should be able to do. If you're having problems, refer back to the front. You can watch the first video, the first 2 videos again, and those will help you out as well. Okay?